Hey, it's Luke. All right, so Reason finally announced the update for Mac, where you can use it natively with the M1 and M2 chips. And I've been wanting to do this video for a while, trying to see how many synths I could load or how many instruments I could load on a track running Rosetta. But since they just announced it, I figured, why don't we do a comparison? So I'm going to load 100 instruments onto Reason, and I'm still using the version from yesterday. They announced it. They announced the other one yesterday. So I'm still using the version from 2 days ago, and you can see it here. The update is available. So I'm not going to update yet. I'm going to throw 100 instruments on here, see how crazy the CPU is going to go, and then I'm going to update the whole thing and compare the same track with the new version. So we'll see if the native version really makes a huge difference. And yeah, so let's go. This is going to be a little bit long because I don't want to do what most people do, or a lot of people do. They'll throw 100 serum instances in there, and I want to have it more realistic. So I'm going to go randomly find different instruments, different presets, different whatever. I'm going to treat some of them a little bit differently. I'll do some chords on some pads that should really try to bring it down to its knees, and I'll have some arpeggiators or use the matrix probably to get some stuff moving around. It won't be a complete song because it'll be sort of a whole bunch of random sounds. So I'll try to throw them in, possibly work on some of them, for a few seconds, just soloed, and then we'll turn them all off so it doesn't make everything go crazy, and see if we can see what happens if we run 100 instruments at the same time. And I threw a compressor on here and a limiter to make sure that we're not blowing the speakers or headphones or your ears. So okay, so let's just start. We'll just start sort of randomly. Complex will likely have some so we'll just record. This is not going to be a released release track. Okay, let's just stick with instruments. Let's throw Dr. Rex on here, and we'll just take whatever comes with it. I'm forgetting already to solo. Okay, once we're done, I think we're gonna mute these. Let's do throw a few Europas in there. What we're gonna do to really give it a bit of a workout is we'll see if we can find a pad. We're gonna have to make this a little bit longer because okay. It's actually not sounding as bad as I would have thought, but anyways. Okay, so yeah, let's do a few more. I should just oops. I'm replacing a couple of these. Let's do just a couple random patches. Okay, so these are all pads. So if we mute everything, So you can tell here that the CPU load isn't really that bad. And this is a Mac Studio, the M1 with the RAM is 32, I believe, and it's just the basic one. It's the Max, M1 Max. And then what we're going to do here, we're actually going to take these chords and throw them on the other ones, because that would explain why the CPU isn't working too hard if we're not playing any instruments on it. And oh, that's right. If we have it muted on these, that's what we're going to do. If we have it muted on this one, I don't think it'll run. Grain seems like it would be it could be a little bit heavier on the CPU, so let's record something like this. And let's throw a few more grains in there. I'll actually just duplicate this and throw it up here. Okay, so yeah, maybe another one. And we'll go back to instruments. What we'll do is we'll throw a maelstrom in there. We'll get it to do a little bit of work. So let's throw the matrix on there. And I haven't used this in a while, but I seem to remember there's a randomize pattern. There we go, randomize pattern. Beginning of something sounding sort of interesting. So let's just to simplify things, let's duplicate this one a few times, and then we'll just go change the I could change the pattern, but it probably won't make much of a difference. We'll just change. Okay, so got a few of them going. I'm not sure how many we're up to. I was looking last night to see if we could just get a count if the tracks had numbers, but I don't think they do. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Okay, this is going to be longer than I thought. Okay, radical keys. We'll do that and just record. And let's try a few more of these. Now, somebody told me on an older video, where I was testing out the Mac Studio with Reason, they told me that the C3PO patch is really, really heavy. So what we're going to do, I think that's what it was called. C3PO keys. I'm assuming it's this one. Let's throw that one on. So apparently, oh, I've got to solo it. I've never even heard this patch. It sounds really good. Okay. So else do we have here? Let's do parsec. Some of these I haven't used very much, and it probably should be. Okay, this one doesn't sound like it'll be that. All right. And let's do the retro beats, but what we're going to do is go here to the beat map. Oops. All right, there we go. It actually doesn't. Oh, yeah, heavy drums going there. And I feel like I should be doing... Okay, I'm going to duplicate a few of these because... to save a little bit of time. I'm just going to switch some presets. Okay, and let's try mimic. And then let's duplicate this a few times. See, I should have done this live and told you guys to just let me know if you're keeping track when we get to 100. But I'm sure there's a better way I could have done this. But okay, so we're just going to go to each of them and switch the... We're going to switch the presets. And obviously, if I was making a track, I'd play around a little bit more with the sounds, but we're not looking for the sound. That's why presets work perfectly for this, because yeah, we just need something to be playing. And then what I'm going to do is find some of these chords here. I'm going to use a couple of these for a couple of these instruments. Okay, so some of them are playing one thing, some of them are playing something else. Let's go back to instruments and an XT. Let's try some, not sure, grand piano, why not? And so what we're going to try is some strings. And after all these years, these are some of my favorite strings still. The strings on the NXT they're fantastic. Anyways. And so let's just let's turn this all the way down. Let's see where we are with the CPU. I'm not sure how many tracks we've got going now, but we're still doing pretty well. And this is on Rosetta. This isn't the new, the new version. So I'm pretty impressed with the CPU load. It's not even much higher than it was at the beginning. This is 300%, but it's because of the multiple cores or whatever. But yeah, we're doing surprisingly well. What I'm going to do to save a little bit of time though is I'm just going to duplicate these. So I'm wondering if we should give it a quick count. No. You know what? I know I said I wouldn't do this, but I think this will still give us a good example of what we're doing. I'm going to duplicate all of these again. So we've got some that are playing chords. Some of them are just very basic things. Some of them are a little bit heavier. So hopefully this will give a good base of a good example of what you'd have in a more generic track. So all right, let's count these. Oh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're over 100. Let me. Okay, I'm going to pause this and count them. I don't know if we should go. Okay, we'll just go over 100 then. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. There's got to be a better way to do this. What if I select them all? Will it tell me how many tracks? No. Okay, if my count is good, we've got 133 tracks here. So what we're going to do is, okay, bring the master level down. We don't want any of that. Nothing's soloed. I'm going to remove all of these, and we'll try playing. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to move this over here so you can see the whole CPU load. So let's see what it does. And okay, you can tell it's going up a little bit, but this is 133 tracks. I'm impressed. I'm sort of curious about what it sounds like, but I am impressed. So anyways, now we're hitting 60, 70% altogether. It's nothing. It's 133 tracks. There's no audio. It's all MIDI and stuff, but a lot of the time, those are the ones that'll be heavy on the CPU. So I might do a separate one for audio. If you guys are interested, just let me know. But wow. And it's steady. So we can say we're dealing with 70% load. I'm impressed. Anyways, I may have mentioned that. Okay, so I'm going to stop this and I'm going to update it and let's see what happens with the native version. Okay, I'm not done installing yet, but this is pretty impressive. It was doing a scan of a rescan of my VSTs and going through them. I thought it would put a little bit of strain on the CPU, and the CPU is at, it was using maybe 10% of it and scanning really, really actively hundreds of plugins. So that's pretty impressive. One thing I'm noticing here is I guess we got to go to the website and resync these rack extensions. The interesting thing they did, and this was something that was worrying a lot of people, was that older rack extensions that weren't M1 native or ARM native or whatever people were worried that they wouldn't work on the update. And it's pretty impressive. Reason Studios said that every plugin, every rack extension that was done, even if it's not supported anymore, the company's out of business, whatever, they all will work on this natively. So that's pretty impressive. So anyways, we'll go do that and see what we've got to do there. Okay, we had our first little issue here. I did this, I did what they said. I went to the product page, did sync all, it went through, it said you have to restart Reason. I restarted Reason, and then it shows me the message again. So I did it again. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, but I'll try it a third time, I guess. Okay, it turned out I had an older version of Oomph Retro Drums or whatever installed, so I had to update that. And we're good to go. Everything's loaded up. And one thing I forgot to show you earlier was this. If you're wondering if you're running the Rosetta version or the native version, and you go into Activity Monitor, and you can tell there's reason here. I'm trying to point at it, but you can see it on your screen. There's reason here, and it shows Apple. A few minutes ago, it would have showed Intel. Yeah, Intel, like this one down here. So that's how you know you're running the native version. So we're good to go. I figured what we will do is open it and see how long it'll take. Do I need a timer? 1 sec. All right, I'll try to do this with both hands at the same time. I'm going to start the counter and double click on it. There we go. I don't know. It'll be a little bit off, but we'll take a few seconds out of it. So this is 133 tracks, and CPU load is almost nothing. And we're not playing it yet, but you can tell it went up a little bit while it was loading, but okay, so volume level is down. Oh, we don't need this anymore. I didn't even notice what it was at, but anyways, maybe 15 seconds. All right, we're going to hit play and see how it handles it. It's a little bit better. So this number here, the user number here was 60 earlier, so it's down to 48. So it's a little bit better. It was impressive in the first place. So we're looking at a pretty good improvement. The system seems a little bit lower too. It's definitely not forcing, and dealing with 133 tracks, I believe it was. Like, this is a big a big song. So realistically, this is impressive. We're just using about half of what we could do. I'm tempted to double the tracks again, but okay, why not? Let's stop it here. And so we're looking at, we're going to have 266. I never thought that 100 tracks would even work. I had figured it would just come crashing down right from the start. The fact that we can have that many is taking a little while, but you know, we've got a bunch of effects, a bunch of instruments, and I could have thrown some effects on there like reverbs and whatever, but maybe I'll do a different one with that and see how many effects we can hit. But it is taking longer than I would expect. But okay, so we've got 266 probably. I'm pretty sure I counted that right, but I did it 3-4 times and I didn't feel like doing it again. So I'm pretty sure this is 266 tracks. So volume is down. And what? It can play it. Like, you can tell. Oh, I don't know. Move the activity monitor over a little bit so you can see. Like, the load is higher, but 75. Like, we're looking at 80, maybe 82%. Plus, I'm running OBS on here, so do I dare doubling it again? Oh, why not? I wonder if we can just do select all. Oh, there we go. I'm sort of afraid to do this, but okay, so we're going to double it, duplicate again. So 2 times 266 will be 400, 500, and 20, 532. No. Yeah, maybe. 266 times 2. 532. All right. Obviously, it's going to take a while again. And even while it's loading, you can tell the CPU load isn't really going up. A little bit, but not extensively. I don't think this will be able to play it because we're up to over 500 tracks, but it's only one way to find out, right? Okay, it's taking a really long time to duplicate these tracks, so I should have timed it, but we're getting there. Okay, we're good. So, volume is down. Let's give it a try and see what will happen. And, it's still trying to do something. I don't know. It might work, actually. What? It's playing them. This is 532. I'm literally in shock right now. I can't believe this. And I mean, some of these are pads with chords. Some of these here that don't have the notes, as you'll remember, are using matrix or just the internal stuff. And what? This is 500. Oops. This is 532 tracks, and it's not even like it's not even working that hard. It's 60. Isn't that what we were at the beginning? I'm trying to think. I think we were around there originally with the original 133 on using Rosetta. Like, I'm just in shock. So let's just say that it works well. So yeah, this is actually really impressive. So anyways, I hope that can help you out a little bit, and yeah, go make some music.